What is going on, everybody? We had two games on the market, NLCS, ALCS. Let's kick it off with the Boston Red Sox hosting the Houston Astros. And you have two teams that feel like they're the underdogs. The Boston Red Sox are saying, how are we the underdogs? Because how many games have we won? Have you seen this play throughout the season? And you have the Houston Astros on the other side saying, well, we won the World Series last year. On top of that, we're playing 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock games here in the playoffs. We're getting disrespected. We deserve prime time. Well, they did what they needed to at prime time. Let's just say that at Fenway Park at 8 o'clock here today as they win 7-2. You have Chris Sale on the mound for the Red Sox, Justin Verlander. Those are the two starters. The pitching staff as a whole for the Boston Red Sox struggled as they had 10 walks and 3 hit batters today, and they couldn't get anything going offensively. So those two things do not add up to successful baseball. They clearly struggled big time on both sides of the diamond today. To get this thing going, George Springer, I always want to say Jerry Springer, George Springer gets a nice hit, situational hitting. They take the lead early on in this ball game. They're up 2-0. Now in the 5th, you have Justin Verlander getting into some trouble. You have bases juiced, and he ends up walking a batter and a pass ball, which allows another run to score on a wild pitch, which I thought the catcher should have blocked, but he didn't. They tied the game up to get out of that inning, to get out of the jam. A lucky call by the umpire there on the outside corner to ring up the 3rd out, and Alex Cora comes out, gets all fired up, kicked out of the game. Now, I will say this, I don't think the umpire behind the plate had a fantastic night. He expanded the strike zone. It was a little all over the place. It was just not what I'd like to see, honestly. I didn't think it was consistent, and it was too expanded for this situation. And Alex Cora didn't believe it. You saw the players throughout get frustrated, but after the 5th, it's tied 2-2 at that point, and even though the Red Sox didn't have much going offensively in that inning, they had an opportunity, and they made the most of it, and they tied the ball game up 2-2. 6th inning, Correa comes up big, and they end up taking the lead 3-2. Now, it was 1st and 2nd, 0 outs. Kelly on the mound. He ends up coming back from a 3-0 count when there was 1 out, guy on 1st and 2nd. 3-0 count, you're getting nervous. He comes back with a huge strikeout, so they really almost got themselves out of a jam, but Correa ends up making the most of his chance up the bat and getting an RBI single for them to take the 3-2 lead. 9th inning comes around, some more walk batters, and then 2 home runs for the Astros to end up sealing the deal. Reddick with a monster one to kind of take the lead and run away with it, and then an extra home run by Gurriel late to really solidify it. It comes down to this. The Boston Red Sox pitching just couldn't do it. They couldn't hang. The 10 walks hurt them. Chris Sale didn't come out to his hottest start, and you need that. And now the Red Sox are going with David Price next game. And there's a lot of anxiety going on in Boston about that because they're nervous because he's clearly not the hottest right now at the moment. So the Astros take game 1 in Fenway, and that's a big-time win. They ran away with it late. It was closer throughout, I will be honest, but 7-2 at the end of the day, and they made some noise there in the 9th inning to really solidify that W. So 1-0 lead for the Houston Astros. And we were talking about this Dodgers-Brewers game because this one was crazy. It really was. The Dodgers win 4-3 in comeback fashion on the Brewers. Now in the 5th inning, you have the Brewers taking a nice little lead. Arcia with a monster to take a 1-0 lead. You have Ryan Braun getting in there creating opportunities. Bang, they're up 2-0. 6th inning, you have Shaw hitting a homer. That was a monster. 3-0 lead for this Brewers team. On top of that, Miley hitting 2 hits. He had a double and a single. And you got to keep in mind in game 1, you have their pitcher hitting a home run off Kershaw. What is going on with these pitchers that can hit the baseball? And people want to take hitting out of the National League for these pitchers. Are you crazy? This is why it's exciting. 2 hits for Miley. So 3-0 lead after 6 for the Brewers. And then here comes the fun. Here comes the good comeback for the Dodgers. 7th inning, Bellinger ends up hitting a single, which scores. Barnes, this is bases loaded. Barnes end up walking. They walk in a run. Now, Grandal He doesn't play today. We all know he had a terrible game 1, right? So Grandal ends up pinch hitting. The score is 3-2 right now. Bases juiced. 1 out. And my man grounds out into a double play. Oh, he had a chance to make up for everything that happened. Down 3-2, 1 out, bases juiced, pinch hitting opportunity. Grounds out into a double play. When it rains, it pours for this man. You have the manager getting pissed off, saying, God damn it. You can hear him mouth the words as he slams in the dugout. He's pissed off. Grandal missed an opportunity. 8th inning, Justin Turner hits a 2-run bomb to come back and win 4-3. And Justin Turner didn't have a good game in game 1 either. He was striking out left and right. He had an ugly AB late in this ball game. And not in this ball game, I'm sorry, in game 1, but he made up for his chance. He had his chance, and he made up for it big time with that 2-run shot. It was a monster, and they end up coming back down 3-0. Now, you got to keep in mind, last game, Josh Hader, they used him heavily. They wanted game 1 bad. They didn't care how many pitches he threw. They wanted it. But if they used the bullpen a little differently, would they have been able to use Josh Hader today? And, you know, when it's 3-0, they use him. It's a little bit more of a shutdown role, but I get it. It's hindsight. But the Dodgers come back and they keep fighting. And when they're down, they never give up. And their lineup is so deep. Just like this, they can flip the switch and it's a totally different ball game. And you saw that today and you saw that yesterday. So that split in Milwaukee, and that's a big-time win. They salvage it, and that's a big-time win going back to LA. That's a scary lineup. But both series, there's some passion involved on both sides. There's fight, there's grit, and I love it, and I'm excited to see where it goes. So let me know what you thought down below on both of these games. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.